Hi and welcome back. In today's video, we are going to look at something very important when you publish servers behind a firewall, which is the Proxy ARP. But before we configure Proxy ARP on Checkpoint, we need to understand what ARP actually does. So ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol. Its job is simple: map an IP address to a MAC address inside Layer 2 network. So when a device wants to send traffic to another device on the same subnet, it must know the destination MAC address. IP works on Layer 3, but Ethernet works on Layer 2. So ARP fills that gap. So let's take an example, very easy example here. We have a PC here, which have this IP, that 110, and we have a server which has the 120. So they are sitting on the same VLAN. So if the PC wants to talk to the server, it checks its ARP table. If the MAC isn't there, so the MAC address of the server isn't on the list of MAC addresses here, it broadcasts an ARP request. That ARP request says this: who has the 192.168.120? Tell 192.168.110. And you can see this in Wireshark. So everyone on that subnet receives the broadcast, but only the 120 replies. So 192.168.120 is at and the MAC address. So now the sender, this PC, knows the MAC address and can send traffic. But what happens when the destination, so this here, when they are sitting on the same VLAN? But what happens when the destination is not in the same subnet? So if the host wants to reach an IP in a different subnet, ARP behaves differently. Example, so let's say that this PC here needs to reach, let's see what we have here, the internet. Let's symbolize the internet like this, and it's need to reach the 8888. So what should we do? And so in that way, that case, this PC will not ARP the 888 because it can't reach it, but it will ARP its own gateway. So let's say that this is the gateway of this, let's say this way, like this, and the IP there then is something like 11. Let's make this okay. So this here is the gateway of this PC, and this router, this is our router, is connected to the internet and have its own external IP here. Let's say, I don't know, 99.21, something like this. Take small here. So this PC will ARP its own default gateway. And this question will be, who has, so this then this router will send the ARP question out. So who has the 192.168.110 till 110? Gateway response, and all traffic from remote networks is forwarded through the gateway. So now let's talk about Proxy ARP. Sometimes a firewall needs to answer ARP request on behalf of another IP address, usually a public IP that belongs to a server which is behind NAT. So in this case here, I get this web server which sits behind a firewall. Here is the internet, and we have a client here, or a PC, that wants to reach this web server. So here we need a static NAT, because a web server behind a firewall has a private IP, which is in this case 10.10.1.2. But the internet needs a public IP to reach it. So static NAT permanently, and we need to use static NAT here. So static NAT permanently links the public IP to the private IP, supports inbound connections, because inbound connections are not supported if you use hide NAT. You should use static NAT. And that makes the server reachable while still staying protected behind the firewall. The server doesn't own the public IP, but the firewall needs the network to believe that it does. So here we can see that this gateway has this external IP address, so the 99.150.102. So we need to NAT this web server to a public IP, which is the same subnet as this one. So we can use, for example, 99.150.110, for example. And this allows the firewall to receive the traffic for that IP, apply NAT, and forward it to the correct internal server, which is this server, the web server in this case. So, okay, so let's open this client here. Let's see what happens. Let's open, and here this is my web server, so let's NAT this statically. So NAT, activate this static, and let's add some IP here, 100. Let's take, I don't know, 100. Okay, click OK and install the policy. Now let's try to open this 100 IP address. Okay. So now this client here is asking its gateway, where is the 100. So this router here, so if let's try to capture traffic here on this interface. The 01. Let's see. Let's type ARP here. Okay. Let's see. Let's try. As you can see here, the router is asking on the network, who has 100. As you can see, this is the question we talked about. And it says, tell me. So the router is asking, who has 100, tell me. So the 101 is the router. This is the internet, as we said. So it has the 1, and this is 2. But 2, because we don't use the Proxy ARP just now, so no answer. So we don't get any answer. So this will continue to ask, who has the 100, as you can see here. So if we click there again, this will continue. Who has 100, tell 101. So now the role of Proxy ARP comes to play. So here, so we have two ways. You can use the manual Proxy ARP, that you open a text file and you add the MAC address and the IP address. So something like this. Let's Okay, so let's use the web server here. Jump into the gateway. It was 10, 10, 10, 1, 1. Okay, so now this is the gateway. So I'm going this way, from this server, put it to this gateway. Okay, so let's go to the expat mode. Let's see the opt cp suite, and then conf maybe. Oh, firewall 1, and then conf. This is where file is, and we can try to get the file is a local ARP. So cat something like this, local.arp. Local.arp. And here we can see I was testing. So you add IP address, the interface that will be used, in this case, this interface, the external interface, and the MAC address of this external interface. So that when this interface receive a question from this side, who has, as we can see here, who has the 100 will ask, it will answer that question. So as we can see, it is continual. So that is the manual way, but we don't need, luckily, so we don't need to do that, but we can go to the global properties here, add NAT. And here you can see automatic ARP configuration. So we check that, and we check merge manual proxy ARP configuration. So this is the merge manual proxy ARP configuration. That option tells the firewall to include your manually defined proxy ARP entries from the local.arp file into the active policy. Without enabling this, the firewall won't respond to ARP requests for those manually configured NAT IPs, even if you've added them in the local ARP file. So now let's install the policy. Install, and let's keep looking here, because now we will get answer. So who has the 100? Okay, let's have it here. Let's click here once, and you can see directly 100 is at this, and now we can see the website. So the proxy ARP is very important to do this, and you should always have it automatically, as we have seen here. Automatic ARP configuration and merge. If you have any old configurations, you need to check this, so these will be used. So, and now, as we said, we have seen directly when we checked, because now the gateway knows the answer, it answered directly with its MAC address. So this is, so let's check. Let's exit here. So show interface ETH0. As you can see, this is the MAC address of ETH0, 1000. As you can see here, this is the MAC address, and it is the MAC of this interface here. So, so this video is done here. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.